right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakakodash. A double honors to the apostles and elders. Salutations to Akim that's doing this work in truth and in sincerity. All right, so as of late in the news, okay, Esau is turning up the dials on the fear mongering tactics, okay, to basically lead people, to give up their souls, man. So we live in serious times. Things are gradually waxing worse and worse. And as I go into the word, I found something significant, okay? And I'll go straight into it. I had a few precepts, and Lord willing, this is edifying, all right? So it says Delta, okay? Since that's the name of the variant, I'm thinking to myself, what are they trying to say? What is the Lord trying to say? All right? Because there's nothing done that's not done by, intelligent design, I guess you could say. It's done for a reason, all right, for a purpose, okay? Otherwise, we wouldn't see it, all right? We just have to know and search and discern what's going on, all right? So it's not no revealment of no, some more, conspiracy or anything like that. It's more so focused on, or a message for the elect, okay? And yeah, man. So let's get into it before Satan tries to take it away. All right. So Delta, the name of the fourth letter of the Greek alphabet, okay, equivalent to our D, the English D, all right, which was shaped like a triangle. All right. The name is from Phoenician Daleth or Daleth, tent door, okay? So it's from the Hebrew, okay? The delta, the Greek delta, is from the Daleth, the Hebrew Daleth, all right? And it's the fourth letter in the alphabet, in both alphabets, okay? Even in the English alphabet also. But we're focusing more on the Hebrew and what it means and why it's significant. Okay, so tent door, all right, four meaning mercy, okay, and when it says, what I'm thinking immediately when I said see tent door, I'm thinking Yahweh Shai, he standeth at the door and knocketh, all right, and basically the Lord is trying to open up our conscience, all right, trying to give us a life through supping with us, okay. It says I'm gonna stop there, okay. So I wanted to dig just a little deeper, because there's simplicity in the truth. All right. And it's as simple as it comes. All right. So Daleth or Daleth, meaning it says, of course, the fourth letter of the Semitic abjads, including Phoenician Daleth, Hebrew Daleth. It's all the same thing. Aramaic Daleth, Syriac Daleth. All right, and these are only due to different captivities. That's why the Hebrew changed. Okay, so what is the meaning of Daleth in Psalm 119? Okay, and that's what it really ran me into. The Psalms, all right, but more so the statement that's being made here. It says, God created man from the dust of the earth, Adama, okay, Adama, which means from the ground, all right. It says, and this psalmist feels as if he is about to disintegrate into dust. Okay? It says he is so bowed down with despair or disease, all right, disease, okay, that his essential being clings to the dust. Now, of course, that disease, you could equate it to what's going on now. That's why I find it even more spiritual. Okay, but the thing that's eye-popping is that the psalm is that of a lowly in a contrite type of a spirit, okay, and basically I equate that to the mindset that we're supposed to be in especially in these times, because the times are going to be as the days of Noah were. Okay, as the scriptures say, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. Okay, and so that was the mindset of the people during right before the flood, when Noah was prophesying for 100 years. It says that. Okay, and their mindset was in what? It was in mirthing, partying, having fun, being happy. And in reality, we're at the end of the world, all right, in the Lord's second coming, and he's not happy. As the scriptures say, he's coming to bring a sword. I mean, yeah, he's coming to bring a sword, and he's not coming to bring peace, all right? And we can only go by what we see from the scripture, all right? So knowing that, we know also that the scriptures say that the proud and haughty are basically going to be cut down. They're going to be brought low, all right? And everybody that's in that proud spirit is going to be brought low in that time, all right? They're going to be perplexed. They're not going to know what to do. That same energy that they're rebelling with, they're not going to have in the time of judgment, all right? This always happens. You know, it's like, what do you call those people that don't believe in God? You know, they always have an energy towards God, but when they on their deathbed, they'd be the main person that they're crying to save their life is God. All right, atheists. Okay, but yeah, so people are not going to have that same energy, and that's why it's important to have the right mindset in the times that we live in. Okay, this is pretty much Daleth goes back to Psalm 119. All right, because I think it's the whole, it has the whole alphabet throughout Psalms 119. All right, and each letter has different songs. All right, or songs. Okay, all right, and our song is supposed to be, with the same sentiment here. Okay, I'll read it again. It says, God created man from the dust of the earth, and this psalmist feels as if he is about to disintegrate into dust. He is so bowed down with despair and disease, all right, that his essential being clings to the dust. All right, and the sign that I got from this is basically we're supposed to be, in a repentant state, a sorrowful state, and it says the psalmist begs God for life according to his will. You see? So I also took that as, because we're going to be, in the midst of these people losing their minds, in the midst of seeing our enemies fall, in the midst of things in great peril, danger. Okay, as the scriptures say, I got that written. All right, so the elect, okay, we're gonna be brought through the fire. All right, and in doing so, we're gonna be scarcely saved. Okay, and so that mindset again, if we want to be saved and we hope in salvation, okay, our mindset is going to be of a lowly countenance, a meek countenance, again, because the meek shall inherit the earth. Okay, not the proud, not the haughty, not the arrogant, okay, not the rebellious, not the haters of God, not the lovers of self. All right, not those that deal in witchcraft, okay, because they don't love God. Okay, the majority of these people don't love the Lord. All right, so let's get into the precepts. I didn't want this to be long. So this is Psalms 31 and 23, and it reads, it says, "Oh, love the Lord, all ye saints, all ye his saints." It says, "For the Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer." All right. So again, all right. So the Lord is going to preserve the faithful. Okay, especially in the times that we're headed into. Okay, because that that Delta variant. All right, I took it as a sign of something more spiritual for us rather than what they're pushing in the mainstream. Okay, so it says, "Be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord Yahweh." Okay, and so what do we need in these times? We need courage. All right, we need courage to step up to make the right choices, to make the spiritual choices, because it's not a physical fight. All right, this is not a physical war, especially for the initiated, and I'm talking about those that know the truth. Okay. Second precept is Ephesians 6:11. Okay. Ephesians 6:11, and it reads, it says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Okay, and we know wiles goes into trickery. All right, and again, Esau is good at luring people and enticing people and scaring people. All right, one of their main tools is fear mongering. Okay, and they scare people to bend them to their will. In this case, this is going to be the choice that people make based on what they believe, based on what they're being told, is going to be life or death. All right, but this is definitely going to affect you in the world to come. Okay, this is definitely signing, the deeds of your soul over. All right, and it will affect you in the world to come. Okay, now how you get there is on you. You either choose this side or you choose that side. So Salaki, it says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." What is the whole armor of the Most High? All right, this is spiritual tools that we know that we need to use to what? To advance. Okay, and Yahweh Shai say what? One thing that we battle with a lot is demons. Okay, and I don't know exactly who he was speaking to, but he goes into basically I think he was casting out devils. Okay, and somebody was trying to cast out a devil, but the Lord said to them, "These go not out except for by fasting and praying." Okay, so we know to fight demons. Okay, and to fight against the wiles of the devil, because Esau comes in the power of Satan. Again, they deal with the principalities. That's the next precept that comes up. So Salaki. All right. So let me go ahead and read. Okay. I'm just flapping my lips. So Salaki, it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world." All right, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, and that's why we need to put on that armor. Okay, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day." Okay, and having done all to stand. Okay, and so you're supposed to increase your faith, and through there's processes to increasing your faith. All right, and that's of course, hearing the word. Okay, that increases your faith. Okay, also using the spiritual tools necessary to increase that foundation. Okay, which is prayer and fasting. Okay, one of the biggest weapons that we have. Okay, so it says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth." Okay, and that just means you're gonna stand up. You stand up like a man with truth. All right, with principles, the principles of this standard that we believe in. All right, it says, "And having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace." All right, and peace, another word for peace is restoration. All right, and that's what we give our people when we give them this message. All right. Above all, taking the shield of faith. Biggest thing, faith. Okay, which you got to have works with faith. All right. Otherwise, it is void. Okay. It says, above all, taking the shield of faith, that wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. All right. And those fiery darts is what they have, these traps that they have set up in society. All right. Mainly, of course, taking the convenience of life away from you as we know it. All right. Taking the things that you love to do, taking certain privileges away from you, like going outside and breathing the air freely. All right. These are things that the devil is doing, not because of, your health. All right. Because he wants to help your health. It's the other way around. So, again, let's go Ecclesiastes 7:2. Again, Lord willing, this is edifying. It says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. It sure was for them in the flood, right before the flood, when Noah was prophesying for 100 years. All right. And it's going to be the same way in this time. Okay. So it says, in the living will lay it to his heart. You see that? The living, which the living represents those that have this word. All right. Because it's this word that quickeneth. It's this word that gives life. In this, it says that in John, the 6th chapter, the 63rd verse. Okay. So verse 3, it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. And see, that's the thing with Israel, because we're lively people. We don't like to be in a mournful state. All right. We love to party and have fun and be happy. But I guarantee you, that's not the time that we live in. Okay. There's a time for everything under the heaven. The scripture said in Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, the time we live in is a time, for sorrow, okay, for mourning, okay, because the Lord is the only one that's going to be justified with his indignation, his righteous anger towards the world, all right. And if you're proud, you're going to be in a line of fire, all right. If you're proud, acting like you know something, and you're not calling upon his name, you're in the line of fire. All right. If you don't recognize and reverence who he is, all right, you're going to be in the line of fire. Okay. And that's just what it is. If you don't call on his name, which is Yahweh Shai, all right, if you don't give reverence to the Son, all right, you can't give reverence to the Father. Okay. All right. So we can't just call him anything we want. All right. Just to throw that out there. All right, so it says, for that is the end of all men, of course. It's going to be the end of all these people, because what are they doing? Feasting, going out, because they were restricted due to, the pandemic. All right. And now they are about to use, this machine, all right, to get, to dial up that machine, the fear-mongering machine, the lust, increasing people's lust through the low vibrational pulls on their spirit, of course, through wavelengths and so on and so forth. These people are going to really be had in derision, not in derision, but these people are going to be really destroyed in their comfort. And the setup is so, it's very clever. All right. So verse 4, it says, the heart of the wise is in the house. Slack, verse 3, it says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Mirth is the party, all right? Mirth is the celebrating. Mirth is the happiness. Okay, it says, it is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. And that's what these people are in the world, fools, because they worship vain holidays. They worship they deal in idolatry, everything that's against God, that was made to be against God, created to be against God. They're for it. They're with it. So they're going on in the festivities, okay, and they're going to be taken, and because they're fools, okay. So Salakia. All right. Matthew, I believe that's in Matthew, speaks about the days of Noah. All right. Bear with me for a second. All right. Yeah, so Slakia. Okay, this is Matthew 24 and 36. It says, but of the day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. All right. And a lot of people would take that as, you don't know the day of the Lord, and they'll put off the day. The scriptures say don't put off the day. Okay. You know, it says hasten the day. So you're supposed to be looking forward to the day. You're supposed to have the imagery in your mind of that day. All right. You better believe the elect. We got that image in our mind right along with that fear. So verse 37, it says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage. All right. Until the day that Noah entered into the ark. All right. And we have a spiritual ark. All right. That we're entering into. Okay. So it's going to be right before the day of the Lord comes. All right. It's going to be exactly how it was right before the flood. All right. Which we call that the first death. Okay. That's the first death. That's the actual, the Lord punishing all mankind and saving a few. Okay. We call it the first death. Now, the second death is approaching. Okay. And that is a series, of events that's going to lead to the Big Bang, and pun intended when I say bang. Okay. And all I could say thermonuclear destruction. Okay. Verse 39, it says, it knew not until the flood came and took them away. Right. So a lot of the people are going to be doing what they're doing, and they're not going to know until, SHTF. All right. To the ish hits the fan. Okay. It says, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. All right. It says, then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Watch therefore ye. All right. That's why I mentioned hasten the day. All right. For ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. All right. Okay. All right. It says, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give the meat in due season. All right. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find doing so. All right. Doing this work, basically. All right. Doing what you can for the ministry and for the word. All right. According to the ability that the Lord has given it to you. Not in rebellion, because we know, that's the sin of witchcraft, which is death. All right. So, more precepts. Psalms 119. Psalms 119. I know I'm all over the place with this. You're probably saying you're making up your own luck. But this is what I found, and I'm just going with it. So, it's like Psalms 119:49, it says, remember the word unto thy servant upon which thou hast caused me to hope. All right. What are we in right now? We're pretty much we're subject to hope. Okay. It says, this is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. All right. Because affliction is coming. Okay. Persecution is coming. But this is what's going to comfort us in those times. Okay. Which is very like almost nowish. Okay. Verse 51, it says, the proud have had slack. The proud have had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law. You see, they're laughing at us. They're scoffing at us. They're saying what we're saying. They're calling us hypocrites. They're saying what we're saying ain't nothing. It's a bunch of malarkey. It's a bunch of bull crap. All right. So they're laughing at us. They have us in great derision. Yet have I not declined from that law. So we keep hold on the standard. Verse 52. I remembered thy judgments of old, O Lord, and have comforted myself. Horror had taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. And of course, that's the sentiment now, okay? Because they've changed times and laws. Also, they have made laws to afflict the poor. All right, forget exactly, but it's in Psalms where they make grievous laws, okay, to afflict the poor. Okay, so it says, thy statutes have been my songs in the house of my pilgrimage. All right, and we have a pilgrimage as well. Okay, all right, because we're traveling in this God-forsaken place. And that brings me to Psalms the 23rd chapter, the valley of the shadow of death. Okay? It says, I have remembered thy name, O Lord Yahweh. Okay? So and that's the sentiment as well. Because what? That is what's going to keep us. Okay? It says, in the night, in the time that we live in, the age that we live in, it represents the night. All right? Because it's void of light. It's void of truth. It's void of mercy. It's void of judgment. Okay? It says, and have kept thy law. All right. This I had because I kept thy precepts. Okay. And that's not all. Well, is that Daleth? I should get the Daleth. Slack it. So slack it. Let me go up. Bear with me. Right, so Psalms 119:25. All right, my soul cleaveth unto the dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word. All right, I have declared my I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes. Okay, make me to understand the way of thy precepts. So shall I talk of thy wondrous works. All right, again, the door. All right, that's going back to the door of our minds. Okay, so basically, we're back on track. So, Salaki, it says, my soul melteth for heaviness. Strengthen thou me according unto thy word. All right? And that's the same sentiment. Our souls melting because of the heaviness of this world. All right? The burdens of this life. Okay? The captivity. All right? The destruction, us being destroyed by lack of knowledge. Okay? Verse 29, it says, remove from me the way of lying and grant me thy law graciously. All right. And we all want to remove the guile from our mouths. Okay. And by speaking truth. And really, we know truth only comes from the Lord. All right. Truth is not in none of what we believe and what we've been taught here in Babylon, aka America. All right. It says, grant me thy law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth. Thy judgments have I laid before me. I have stuck unto thy testimonies, O Lord. Put me not to shame. All right? Because a lot of people are going to be put to shame. Okay? Especially in the times to come. Okay? It says, I will run the way of thy commandments when thou shalt enlarge my heart. Okay? And that's true. Okay, because the Lord is going to enlarge our hearts, our minds, okay, because we're holding on to this, okay, and the Lord is bringing forth our righteousness. Lord willing, we have that number. Lord willing, we find favor. Okay, I will run the way of thy commandments. All right, when thou shalt enlarge my heart. Okay. So that was the actual delta right there. Okay. Again, so I take it as a sign. 2 Timothy 3:1, and that should have been the first one I read, but I'm just going with the Spirit. So Salakia. What was that? Peter? Timothy, 2 Timothy 3:1. All right, it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Okay, and perilous meaning dangerous. All right, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. All right, you see the mindset that they're pushing. Okay, all right, you've seen Lil Nas X. All right, I'm gonna just leave it there. It says covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. All right, and that's the society, that's the world that we live in. It says without natural affection. And you see these different groups, they don't have that natural affection anymore. All right, and you have to cater to these people's feelings because they want to be sexual deviants. All right, they don't want to be modest. They don't believe in modesty. They don't believe in delicacy. They don't believe in discretion. They don't believe in meekness. They believe in the whole complete opposite. All right, and the Lord calls them froward. All right, it says false accusers, incontinent, fierce despisers of those that are good, traitors, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. And if you can't tell me that they're not pushing that in society. When you turn on BET, when you turn on these different radio stations, news stations, that's what you get. You get it in unlimited amount of folly, man. You get it nonstop. It's overwhelming. All right, but we live in those perilous times. And again, we got to look back to Delta. We got to look back to Daleth. We got to look back to Psalms 119. Okay, and the house of mourning rather than the house of feasting. Okay, Lord willing. Oh yeah, and honing in and focusing on this word. All right, and hastening the day. Okay, so 1 Peter 4:18. I think this is one hitter. 1 Peter 4:18, then I'm going to close out after the next one. And it reads, it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinners appear? All right? Because we're heading into perilous times again. All right? And the only hope we're going to have, all right, is this truth. The only comfort that we're going to have is the truth. All right? Because the world is going to fail. Everything that people are being geared to, to love and to hope and to long for. All right, it's going to be taken away from them, and in order to get those things back, they got to give up their soul, and that's just what it is, man. All right, that's just what it is. Okay, you may not see it now, but this thing is this the real deal right here. Okay. So so we're going to be scarcely saved, meaning basically we're going to be in a position of difficulty and saved at the last minute, but not only saved at the last minute. Well, I should say when you saved at the last minute, it's at the most dangerous time. It's at the most dire time. So and that's how we're going to be saved. So things are going to be completely messed up, but the Lord is going to scarcely save us, going to save us at the last moment, and also You know, if we're in captivity, if we get taken by Esau, you know, if we get put in captivity, what the scriptures say, Sirach 4:28, strive unto the truth and to death, because it's another way of you holding on to, the Lord's law, regardless of what's going on, regardless of if we're being laughed at, or if we're put in derision, or if we're put in persecution, whatever they might do to us, you know, whether they put our heads in a guillotine to cut it off, you know, we're supposed to strive. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Okay? All right? Yeah, man, you know. So again, hey, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, I know I was all over the place, but it's 3 a.m, so give me a break. So it's lucky. But no, hey, shalom until next time.